Welcome to the Newark Regional Business Partnerships Engage and Exchange podcast. Join us for business insights and meaningful conversations with NRBP's member organizations. Thank you to our podcast host sponsor, the Martin Tuchman School of Management at NJIT. Additional support for NRBP's Engage and Exchange podcast is provided by PSEG, New Jersey Urban News, Main Street Advisory, LLC. Hello, I'm Ferlanda Fox-Nixon, President and CEO of the Newark Regional Business Partnership. We are the premier chamber of commerce for the greater Newark region. Our guest today is Jeffrey Osborne, Scenic artist.
Hey, welcome. Thank you for having me.
Well, tell us, who is Jeffrey?
Well, Jeffrey Osborne, I'm a mixed media visual artist, educator, and scenic artist.
Okay. Most people will want to know, what is a scenic artist?
So scenic artist usually pertains to the film and television industry and the career path behind that, where people are building sets, designing certain elements in the set, faux graining, aging things, making things look pretty, I say, or disgusting, depending on the production.
Okay. And how did you fall into that line of work?
I'm a union member, so that's a big part of some of the work that we do out there. Union skilled craftsmen, and consist of like gaffers, riggers, construction. But being a part of a certain union threw me into the scenic element and into that pathway of learning and kind of professionalizing and just creating a career out of it.
So there's a progression to getting to where you are.
Yeah, there is. There definitely is. You start in different elements of apprenticeship, and learning different certifications and production work as far as what you're required of. Mm-hmm. But a scenic artist in total is usually someone that's on set either before the cameras start rolling or after, and they're building it from the ground up alongside a multitude of crew members. But scenic artists is like it's like glorified craftsmen. I mean, we're on the ground floor. We're making things look nice. We're using a lot of chemicals, a lot of equipment to create something that the art direction wants to see.
And so your business really is consulting, advising people on how to get into that line of work, or how to break into the union so that they can get to the level that you're at?
Yeah. I've taken a big hold on doing community work in the last couple of years, and in partnership with some of my union members and the establishments that I've been working with for a while. I'm really trying to build some more workforce development within the community and let them, while shedding light on what we do as scenic artists and craftsmen, and letting them get kind of like a hands-on feel for technical training and understanding of the industry. So that's in the works right now, and it's been a lot of work and a lot of effort putting into it, but it's really where my heart is. And just pairing my whole community activity with some of the skill sets that I've learned and I've distributed throughout time, I feel like it's a great time to try something new.
And I also know that your passion is with youth and with diversity in the industry.
Yes.
So what are some things that you're doing to make sure that people of color are able to have this opportunity, especially with Lionsgate coming?
Yes, that's a big part of it.
What's been your strategy?
Yeah, it's just reaching out to a lot of already established partnerships like NJIT and the NRBP as well, and making sure we could get into like the eyes and the ears of the community and have certain elements where we can either promote some of the sessions that we want to put on and have more like seminars or panel discussions about what that all looks like. So you mentioned Lionsgate Studios, and that's being built in the South Ward section of Newark, New Jersey, and that's a heavily populated multicultural area, and I want the people around that area to feel comfortable when those walls go up. And it's like, okay, how can I be a part of such a big transition? And most of the time you don't really see like people that look like me doing the things that I do. So that's been a real core inspiration behind what I'm doing, and having kind of that pathway comfortably and accessibly for youth and other technical trainers, and making sure that they have just the doors and the gateways to that knowledge.
Is this a position too where you're traveling a lot?
A lot of traveling. There's definitely a lot of traveling. Luckily, I've been in the city for like the last month. I've been in Newark, New Jersey. We've been doing some sets around the city, and I've been blessed to be so close to home. But recently, I was just in South Jersey. I was just in I think Tuckahoe Township in Cape May, and we did a big train scene down there for a Steven Spielberg movie. And I was out there for like a month away from family and stuff. But it gives you a new perspective on life, seeing different people, being in different townships and things. And I think the furthest I've been is a little bit upstate New York, and done some travels into Los Angeles, and seen a lot of like the motion picture industry take off over there. But right now on the East Coast, between New York and New Jersey, I've covered a lot of area.
So talk to me about your success stories or your favorite project that you've done to date.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many. Some friends will call me a savant of sorts, and doing a lot of art related community endeavors. We've thrown everything from fundraising events to networking parties, and different programming and workshops. So I think the most recently was a fundraising that we did in order to gain more momentum in this industry and this understanding of what we're doing for our business and our workforce training. So that was really interesting. Took place downtown Newark in one of the newly established buildings, and it was really interesting to see different community heads come out and support some of the things that we're doing. We have a couple other events and networking opportunities in development. So that's something that I can't wait to see grow within itself.
Okay, that's great. And then are there some film projects that you're working on that you're at liberty to share with us?
Well, outside of that Steven Spielberg one, I mean, I'm waiting for certain things to clear over and be ready to be discussed and things. But outside of that, I'm taking a little bit of time, to just build on the independent kind of structures that still collaborate with those film establishments and ongoing ideas right now. But right now, I mean, I'm looking at all of the fruits come to fruition as far as the work that we've done. We've done the Fallout series that's on Amazon Prime right now, and they just did season 2 out in I think LA, but we did season 1, so that took a lot of work as far as building the sets, mixing materials to meet certain elements of design. I watch West Side Story a lot, the Steven Spielberg version, but we worked on that back in 2019 in Paterson, New Jersey. So most of the film displays of like work that I've done, I'm now catching up to like the series they're being posted and the movies that are coming out. But everything from like the Power series, we've done season 3 and 4 of that, and it's been a joy just to be on different sets and to be with different crew members. So it's all kind of like a big embodiment of love and family and community and just education, always learning from new artists, and it's a joy that I get to do this.
And after you walk someone through learning the skill, how do you help them with relationship building?
So that's a big part of it. I mean, having the hands-on knowledge and the understanding of the skill set, the workspace, the safety precautions that you need to take when handling certain equipment. I think now having people be able to broaden their network, and really like be able to meet the right people. I'm setting up studio tours. So after that whole first layer of just studio work and craftsmanship, I'm setting up certain studio tours with existing productions that are going on around New Jersey, meeting certain people that I know already that are still doing some film work and allowing maybe small groups of people to come in and just tour the environment and see how a live crew works and on the time that's permitted, but also dealing with our union and their community department as far as their apprenticeship programs and making sure that there's a gateway for people outside of these, really standard developments to really be able to have a gateway or a access to knowledge.
So when we talk about relationships, we have to talk about NRBP.
Yes, definitely.
So you're a fairly new member to the organization.
Yes.
Tell us about your experience with NRBP.
I mean, NRBP has been such a joy to be involved with and surrounded with so many people. I mean, going back to that first event we did sometime last year, there were so many elements that needed to be solidified last minute. And then just being in that congregation, in that community of members, I met so many people right away that helped me proactively finish off the last steps to my event. I met tax consultants and people that helped with the insurance policy of getting my COI for the event space done. And it felt so fast, but for me, it felt like such a hassle to understand by myself. So again, community is one of the big things that I really thrive on, and having such a professional, upbeat kind of ready to go kind of community really helps with doing some of the work I'm doing in the first stages. And then, being a part of the SEBI scholarship, it was a great opportunity and something that I really love to just be chosen and have this opportunity to exist here and do certain things that most people don't have access to. So like everything from the networking events and different honorary dinners and things like that. They're very beautiful.
And just for our audience, SEBI is an acronym for Small and Emerging Business Initiative.
Yes.
And it allows small and emerging businesses to become actively involved in NRBP and introduce them to chamber life, what it's like to be in a chamber of commerce, and to really get to experience the benefits of membership. So what we like about it is the new cohort of, we call them SEBI scholars. They're young.
Yeah, right.
And that's a class of that's a demographic that kind of has been eluding the Chamber of Commerce. And so what we like is the energy that you bring to the events. And so we thank you for your participation.
Yes, it's such a beautiful thing.
Is there anything else you want to share with us before we say goodbye?
Well, we have a lot of other elements of instruction and education as far as the scenic workforce development, hosting a series of master classes around the city where, I'm teaching a small contained group of students in different age groups how to understand everything from the workforce, the idea of what a scenic artist is, everything from the pathways outside of that, how to be a unionized member, and really taking it from step 1 to step 100 when it comes to how to make yourself professional, official, and considered an applicant for some of these opportunities that are coming up. So the master classes are amazing, and I'm happy to have a different kind of support system when it comes to building those out. And that's one of the biggest things that I'm really focusing my mind around right now. So
I think it's great that you're providing awareness, right, and access.
Amen.
So congratulations and good luck to you. Thank you for joining us. Today's inspirational quote comes from Reid Hoffman. All humans are entrepreneurs, not because they should start companies, because the will to create is encoded in human DNA. Thanks again for listening. Thank you for listening to NRBP's Engage and Exchange podcast. Tune in next time for more NRBP member organization insights. For more information about our organization, visit www.newarkrbp.org. Thank you again to our podcast host sponsor, the Martin Tuchman School of Management at NJIT. Additional support for NRBP's Engage in Exchange podcast is provided by PSEG, New Jersey Urban News, Main Street Advisory, LLC.